Hi, I'm Sylvia from Ginger and Lime Photography, and in this video tutorial you can have a look how I created my very own star bowl for photographing newborns. So enjoy! The first step to start with our star, I just made a cutout. It started with a perfect star. There is lots of YouTube videos you can find how to do a perfect star. So I just done that first, but then I realized that there is so tiny the inside space where I can put the baby, and the spikes of the stars are very narrow and long. So I wanted to change it a little bit by making the spikes shorter, and a little bit I added on a side, so make it more space inside. Now you can see that it's quite nice and big, so it's about 30 centimeters in width already, so there is gonna be plenty of space for baby to go. And this next step what we're gonna do, I have in here very strong cardboard, very strong one. It's from an aircon, so very good box. And I have two in here. I already put the stars in there. I outlined it. I need to cut it both, and I'm just gonna stick them together with the spray glue, and that's gonna be our base for the star bowl. I have in here the two stars then. I cut it out. It was very stiff paper, so it was a difficult job to do, to make sure that all the pointy bits I'm not gonna damage, so I needed to be very careful. And now I'm gonna spray glue them together. I only want to do that because I want to make sure that it's thicker, the base, because I'm gonna put the sides and glue it here on the edges. So this one was important to make it at least half a 5 millimeter, half a centimeter, yeah. Okay, so let's spray it. Coming to the edges as well. Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna just put some books on top for a little bit, for weight. I just leave it. Now I'm gonna prepare the elements for the sides. They are gonna be foam boards, which the printers using as well to laminate the prints in there. These are the 5 millimeter thick. So I'm gonna measure all the sides and making a 15 centimeter tall sides for the star, and I just gonna glue it to the edges. So I need to prepare that now. Using my foam boards, all I want to do now at first is just to measure out the 15 centimeters, the height of my prop. So these ones are 24 centimeter width. So I need to, each piece I will measure, you know, the sides of the star, and then cut it for exactly for certain places. But the height I want in each of them is 15 centimeters. So all I do right now is to measure the 15 centimeters and cut these strips off. And then I can start with the gluing process. quickly, I just wanted to show you before I start gluing that the idea is I have the 15 centimeter tall side panels. They all been cut, so here is all the 10 of them. And now all I need to do is measure each side of the star, because I want to glue it exactly to the side and glue them together in the middle as well, so there are no gaps. So they connected all around. So I need to measure carefully each side and cut it. I decided I want to use my guff tape to secure the sides, so we'll make these nice sharp edges on my star, so it's gonna make it easier for me to glue the side panels there. So just gonna go around and nicely just make sure that the edges are nice and flat. This is what I need to be able to glue the side panels to it nicely. So I think it's gonna work much better. The measuring is done. So as you can see, I numbered each of them where they go, so I'm not gonna make a mistake. And now I just left the 10. I'm gonna just do it in the end once all of them is in, because I just want to make sure that that piece is measured correctly. This is where it gets exciting. So let's start. I'm gonna start, you know, just following the numbers, how I placed them, because I think this is gonna be the best idea to put them together now. So here is number 1. Yeah, and number 2, they need to fit. Okay. So definitely I need to put the glue on these 2 sides. I think, yeah, I'm gonna put the glue in here to the bottom part and glue it in. Yeah. It's a bit of a push. Okay. Let's see. If I have a tiny gap on the edges, I am not so bothered, because I just want to make sure those are going to be fixed with the guff tape as well, but they need to meet, so they definitely need to meet. Okay, so put the glue in here to the bottom part and along the edge in here. Okay, and a tiny bit here as well. Okay. And now we place it in and press it together. Okay. Okay. So this one is there. Definitely. Okay. Bit more in here. Super. I'm planning to put guff tapes on each edge as well, once they stand in. So here is number 3. Number 4, yeah, all the way and to the bottom. Okay. And now let's push it together. Okay. Yes. here. Let's see. This foam board, in my opinion, is a good choice because it's very lightweight, easy to work with, easy to cut and shape. And in the end, with the guff tape, we can secure it and do the finishing. But so far, this is how we look like, and I do like it. Now let's glue them in. The last ones. Let's do it nice. And number 10 is going in. Very exciting. This is the last piece. I need to put glue on both of the endings this time and nicely fit it in. Try not to touch it and burn myself. Okay. That's connected. This is connected. Everything is touching each other very good. All I want to do now, so it looks very nice. Very nice. What do you think? I think it's nice. Now I just want to go around with my glue and do the back as well in here at the bottom. Put more glue in there, more to the edges where they meet. Once I finish from outside, I'm gonna go and do the same inside. I needed a new silicone as well. And my glue gun. I think you could use this as a decoration itself, not just a newborn bowl. So yeah, when I'm looking at it, it could be used for so many other decoration ideas as well. So I might do another one, just to use it to fill it with anything. Flowers, balloons, lights. It could be a nice addition to my cake smash props as well. So there will be more use to it. But now the idea is to create a newborn star-shaped bowl. So I want to just make sure that it's never gonna split. So I'm gonna secure it with guff tape and other things as well. I bought for this project. We're gonna discuss it, but when I'm looking at it, it's a perfect size. This is my stunt baby, Benny. Say hello. So Benny perfectly fits in here. Perfectly. Yes, and we can see the beautiful shape of the star as well, and we can add lots of decorations to it. I guess now looking at it, maybe it could be a tiny bit smaller, but I like to have nice and comfortable props for newborns. So I think it's going to be perfect for me. I done this as well, the heart shape. This one has again a base of a paper, and I just covered it, you know, and secured it. It was from swimming noodles. Okay, so the only thing with these props that you cannot, you know, put anything heavy and lift it up. So this one is on the floor, you pose baby in it, photograph it, take baby out and take the prop. But anyway, we never really carry babies in props because that's quite dangerous. But once we finish it off, it's gonna be perfect to use it on the floor and position baby in different ways with different wrapping techniques, and it's gonna be nice and secured. I want to use my guff tape and just go around the edges in here to secure them on. I'm gonna do it from outside and from inside as well. I try to make sure they are nicely protected. So basically I just want to put it over like that and then fold it. Just want to make sure it's gonna be nice and pointy, and then just tape it down. And I'm just gonna do this on every side. Now that I finished this, it feels so much more sturdy now. So the sides are more secured. Now what I want to do is to secure them to the wall and to the base and the sides over the back. So the whole thing is gonna be just nicely together for me. So let's just continue with that. As I said, I just want to make sure that the bottom and the sides are secured together. So now I'm just gonna go around in here, keeping nicely the edges. So I'm just gonna make sure that the whole thing is like together. That the bottom and the sides nicely together now, and I'm gonna do the same from inside as well. Tape. The next stage I want to do is to put the guff tape all over the paper inside, because I want to cover it with plaster, you know, the whole thing, to make it really sturdy and hard, and it's gonna be pure white then. So I guess you can use it as it is, but I will cover it with a fabric like I done with my half top as well. That had plaster as well underneath. So basically it's gonna go like this on a side, like that, from inside, go over. I don't want to cover the bottom part really, but in here around I just want to cover it with the guff tape so the paper is not gonna get wet and then it's gonna be ruined. So I just want to secure it and then we can start with the plaster. Now it's ready for the plaster, so I even covered the sides in here with the guff tape to make sure that it's not gonna get damp inside. And here I just left a little bit of a space in the middle. It's fine because the plaster is just gonna come about here, so I just wanted to make it as waterproof as I can on the back as well. So I think it's all gonna look nice. And now I'm just gonna cut the plasters. I need a length to come from here and around and to the bottom, so it's gonna be nice and sturdy in the end, but it's already very nice like this. It's not gonna fall apart anymore, but I just want to make sure it's super sturdy and I can use it for years to come. All you need in here, so I just cut the strips and water, dunk it. Once it's nice and soft, just bring it here and I start spreading it out and make sure it sticks to it and it gets dry in there like this. I'm gonna try to pour it more on the side in here. So yes, I want to put it to the bottom. I guess you can wear gloves now if you want. I don't like to work in gloves, so just gonna have it as it is. It's getting dirty. This job is getting dirty. Okay, so bring it in again. I just want to come with this to the corner, to the edge. Make sure they stick together as well. Yes, it's good. And now I am looking at it. I should have put more guff tape in the middle as well, because the water is started rolling around, which I don't really want it, but it's fine. Let's continue. This one, I'm trying to put exactly on this edge in here. Make sure to have the corners nice and sharp. Yes. Okay. And just want to make sure they all nicely stick together inside as where the edge is, and in here the top as well. Nice. Next, don't need so much water than I've done the first bit. Okay. Okay, nice. Yes. Okay. Keep the edges. As you can see, the star is mostly ready now. The plaster made it very nice and hard. It's not totally dry yet, so I just still gonna leave it a little bit. But it's so heavy now on top of it, but it looks beautiful. It's so much better than I imagined it to be. It's the first time I am doing this with the star, but it looks nice, and as I said, I can imagine this to be just spray painted and make sure the inside is nice as well, and can use it for all sorts of projects. But now it's gonna be ready for a newborn to go in. It's not gonna fall apart. It's like very nice. I have in here this fabric I bought from the local textile shop in here. This is like this very natural jute fabric. So basically I want to cut strips from this as well. And like I done with the plaster, I just want to, with the spray glue, I guess, just to put the strips, you know, from side to side. Again, make sure be protecting the edges. They needs to be very nice and pointy. And then the last bit is gonna be when I cut the star out. So I have my star shape in here, so I'm just gonna cut two of them, and one is gonna, in the end for finish, one is gonna go inside and one is gonna go on the back. So the whole thing is gonna be covered with this fabric. I arrived to the last stage of my star project. Basically, as I said, I just want to cover it with this jute fabric, make it very versatile for boys and girls and all the colors I like to use. I love this neutral look, so I can use it for any occasion really with the newborn photography. I already tried in here on a corner bit. How can I mold the fabric to make the edge very nice and sharp? It worked, so I'm very happy. Now I just want to continue and cover the whole prop basically. I put in my paint tray the glue. It's just a PVA glue as it is, and I use a paintbrush to brush it over the fabric and over the prop as well to make sure it's gonna stick properly. So I try to do it in here in the tray. I covered my desk as well, this table. I don't want to ruin it really. So I'm just gonna start from inside and make sure that it's all covered. And I can put more over the fabric as well, because it's like a net. The glue goes in between the fabric and the prop as well, so it's gonna glue it very nicely. I put plenty of glue in there. I really want to make sure it stays there basically forever on the edge. Again, make it nice and tight. I want the edge to be very nice and sharp. Put outside as well on top. So it sticks very nice to the plaster. And now I'm just gonna do it from outside. And then I guess I will need to leave it for overnight again and just check it that the glue worked and the fabric is totally stick to the prop itself. Well, I have a newborn coming in a few days, so actually I am very excited to try this out. Okay, and once I put enough glue on the fabric, this one we don't need it, so I'm just gonna cut it off nicely. All the extra, I only need this to stick to the bottom. I don't want to put more layers on the sides, really. I try to use just one layer. Need more glue in here, and I can go for the next. I arrived to the last bit of my project, which is to put in the star I cut out. So I just need to glue it in to finish off nicely the inside of this prop. I used all my glue, so actually I needed to open one more small bottom, but with the brush I could do it very nice. So I think it was a very good idea. I think I need more. Need more glue. Okay, and now I'm just gonna put the star in. The 2-meter jute fabric was just exactly enough to finish this prop. Now I just press it down, make sure it's good in the corners. I go with my brush a tiny bit in the corner. This really needs to stick there, otherwise once I fill it with all sorts of layers and fillers, might pull it out the inside, and I don't want that, so it just needs to be glued down. Okay, it looks very nice. Just try to show you from here. I think it's perfect. And the same thing I'm gonna do on the bottom. I'm just gonna wait again. I think it's gonna dry a bit to finish it off. Okay, it's a perfect fit. So I just use the last little bit of my glue, spread it everywhere. put this on. And just press it down. And it's gonna cover all the ugliness on there. So just finish it off nice and neat. In the end, I'm gonna cut all these little strings as well, which is just sticking out here and there. Okay. And I just can't wait to try it. With my little doll, newborn doll, tomorrow, using the layers and my hand painted backdrops, just to see how. So here is my ready prop. It's dried. It looks very nice. Nice and neutral. I just filled it with these fabrics and I think it adds to it, so it looks very neutral, very nice.